In this video, we will see how the while loop operates in C++. A piece of code that is placed inside a loop will execute repeatedly many times, more than one times or infinite number of times depending upon existence or absence of certain conditions. So a loop control structure is used when you want to execute certain programming statements multiple times. So as you're coming down your code, as you will see here, you will encounter a loop, and that loop will contain a test, and also it will contain the body of the loop that contains the statements which will be executed more than one times. The test contains comparison. The comparison can be between a value and a criterion. Both the value and the criterion can be variables, they can be constants, or they can be literals, or any combination of the above. The body of the loop, the rectangle that you see in front of you, contains the programming statements that you wish to execute multiple times. So any code that you place inside the body of the loop will execute one times, zero times, or many times, as many times as you wish to, depending upon how you set up the conditions of the loop. Once the body of the loop is completely executed one time, the control is sent back to the test and the test is repeated. Please note that if the test fails, in that case the control will not go to the body of the loop. Instead, the control will go beyond the loop and the loop will terminate. In other words, the control of the program will go from test to the body of the loop only if the test is successful. If the test fails, then the control does not go to the body of the loop. So let's see how the control flows around in a while loop. So as you're coming down the while loop, you encounter the test, and you must take the test. There is no way you cannot take the test. So you take the test. The test is a comparison statement, and in a comparison statement what really happens is you compare a value against a criteria. If the test is successful, then the control shifts to the body of the loop, and you execute the statements in the body of the loop once. After you have executed the statements in the body of the loop, the control shifts back to the test and you must repeat the test. If you pass the test again, then the control shifts to the body of the loop and you execute the statements in the body of the loop the second time. After you execute the statements in the body of the loop the second time, the control again shifts back to the test. And if you repeat the test and you pass the test, the control again shifts to the body of the loop and the statements in the body of the loop will execute the third time. And after the statements execute, the control goes back to the test. So this way, each time you pass the test, the control will keep shifting to the body of the loop. However, if you fail the test the first time, the second time, or the third time, or any time, the control will not shift to the body of the loop. Instead, the control will move beyond the loop and the loop will terminate.